Hi, my name is Maxwell Skinner. I completed a usability study on the study room reservation website for Parks Library, comparing the computer and mobile interfaces, and in addition, studying the study room system at Parks Library as a whole. Imagine you're preparing for a crucial exam. You arrive at the library, books in hand, ready to focus, but instead of diving into your studies, you spend the next hour wandering from room to room, searching for a space. This is a common frustration for many students here at Iowa State, as study rooms are a finite resource that must be reserved, and yet not everyone knows how, or remembers to reserve them in advance. This simple oversight can lead to stress and wasted time, which could be detrimental and annoying to most. My study aims to streamline and advance the room reservation process at Parks Library, making it as intuitive and user-friendly as possible by comparing the traditional desktop interface with the mobile interface accessed via QR codes. I sought to understand which method better serves ISU students' needs and how we can improve these vital services, in addition to provide feedback on study rooms as a whole and the current student experience. In today's presentation, I will walk you through the methodology of the study, including how I gathered data from a diverse group of participants in a mixed method approach using surveys, contextual inquiry, and a general interview approach. Next, I'll delve into key findings highlighting the preferences and challenges faced by users when reserving study rooms through different platforms, in addition to challenges faced by students with the overall study room system. I will also present specific issues identified, such as the problematic cancellation process, the need for better mobile site navigation, and the issues of students not knowing when a room is reserved or not. Following this, I will outline recommendations for making both the mobile and desktop systems more efficient and accessible, and for clearer accessibility and clarification on if a study room is reserved or not at the library, not only making it easier to understand what room is reserved or not, but encouraging students to regularly reserve rooms ahead of time instead of waiting till the last minute. Finally, I'll conclude with a summary of my study's implications for improving the student experience here at Iowa State. To start out, the room reservation system can be accessed either through the Parks Library homepage or via QR code for mobile use outside of individual study rooms. This is the desktop view of the study room reservation page right now. These QR codes are outside individual study rooms throughout the library and linked to the library reservation homepage. An image of the QR code used during the study is listed on the left side, and on the right side, a view of the mobile version of the study room reservation site. All study rooms and pods have the ability to be reserved at any point while the library is open, and the times that they are reserved are listed on the website. The objectives of the study were as follows: understand which reservation method users prefer and identify the reasons behind these preferences. Determine how easily users can reserve a room via traditional computer versus scanning a QR code in their phone. Collect user ratings on the ease of cancellation and feedback on any difficulties encountered. Compare task completion rates, loading times, and any performance issues on both platforms. Gauge overall user satisfaction with both the computer-based booking method and the QR code-based method. Collect valuable feedback on the study room reservation process as a whole, and also to collect feedback on comments or feedback on the state of study rooms at the library as a whole, currently outside of just reserving a room. To properly assess and answer these objectives, I employed a mixed method approach to be able to get quantitative and qualitative data. There were 2 surveys created, one to be done by participants before the contextual inquiry, designed to get participants' prior experience with reserving a study room, and one for after the inquiry, designed to access and compare the ease and usability of reserving a room, both through a desktop and through a QR code and a smartphone. These were just some examples of the Google Forms sent to participants during the study. Then we asked participants to complete 4 tasks: to reserve and then cancel a study room reservation on both a laptop and through a QR code on their smartphone. We timed how long it would take to complete each task and took notes on their experience throughout this inquiry. Each task was designed to test the overall usability of the website, the ability to reserve a room, and the ease of use for each method. 5 participants were recruited with varied demographics from Iowa State. These included undergraduates from freshman to senior year, all of whom had prior experience using study rooms at Parks Library. This information was gathered from the pre-task survey, and the data was used to find general trends and habits of those who reserve rooms at the library. Methods included pre and post task surveys and a contextual inquiry performed right here in the library, in addition to a post survey general interview. The participants consisted of 2 freshmen, 2 juniors, and 1 senior, all full-time students with diverse living situations on and off campus. The diversity helped me gather broad insights into the user experience across different user groups. All of the participants had not canceled a room reservation before and did not know how to cancel it by themselves without outside help. And most either sometimes reserved a room or rarely reserved a room. We held the study at the library as there was easy access to the QR codes that linked to the room reservation website. Findings highlighted a strong preference for the mobile website, although it is noted that the mobile website was poorly optimized and required too much scrolling. We also noted that the cancellation process was not intuitive, as users were unsure how to cancel reservations without guidance. The general interview after the post-task survey found specifically authentication concerns. 2 participants expressed dissatisfaction with the requirement to log into Okta for reserving a room. They felt that this additional step complicated what should be a straightforward process. Cancellation and modification. Feedback on the cancellation process revealed that users prefer a more direct method. Specifically, 1 participant noted the inconvenience of having to use an email link to cancel reservations instead of just looking on the website itself. Additionally, there was a desire for a feature allowing the modification of reservation times directly through the website rather than having to cancel and rebook. And mobile interface usability. Concerns were raised about the user interface of the mobile website, which participants found cumbersome due to excessive scrolling and a layout that mirrors the desktop version, but was not optimal for mobile use as well. Availability concerns. A common theme among 3 participants was the frequent unavailability of rooms when needed, which suggests a mismatch between supply and demand for study spaces. Room occupancy issues. 1 participant shared experiences of finding people in a room he had booked, highlighting a need for better on-site information about current reservations. This contrasts with group study rooms, which have digital screens displaying reservation statuses, prompting a suggestion to extend this feature to individual study rooms. Awareness of facilities. Another point of interest was the new study pods, which, while popular, were misunderstood in terms of reservation requirements. Many assumed they were available on a first-come, first-served basis, instead of following a similar reservation system by the individual and group study rooms. Following the results from the surveys, contextual inquiry, and general interview, I concluded with the following recommendations. Introduce direct cancellation and time modification options within the reservation system. Redesign the mobile interface for better usability with less scrolling and more adapted features for smaller screens, specifically a drop-down menu approach. And improve the visibility of room availability and reservation status through digital screens outside individual study rooms and study pods, following what is already made for group study rooms as well. In reviewing the findings from the comprehensive usability study of the Parks Library room reservation system, I uncovered valuable insights that are critical for enhancing our library services at Iowa State. Analysis clearly shows a strong preference for mobile interfaces over the desktop version, highlighting its ease of use and accessibility. Participants particularly favored the QR code system for its simplicity and efficiency, which aligns perfectly with the mobile-first preferences pervasive across campus. However, the study also brought to light several areas needing improvement. The need for a more intuitive cancellation process was evident as participants expressed frustration with the current method that relies on external email links. Additionally, the necessity for better informational displays about room availability and reservation status is critical, especially for individual study rooms. By addressing these issues, we can significantly enhance the usability and functionality of our reservation system. The purpose of this study was not only to identify problems, but also to forge a path forward that aligns with the needs and expectations of our student body. Implementing the recommended changes will greatly improve the efficiency of study room utilization and ensure that the Parks Library remains a cornerstone of academic support on campus. In conclusion, as we move forward, let us commit to transforming these insights into action. By enhancing our reservation system, we can provide a seamless and supportive environment that reflects our commitment to student success. Thank you for your attention, and together we can continue to adapt and innovate, ensuring that our library serves as the best resource for students to strive in their academics here at Iowa State.